Hey there everybody, Robert Barton here with you with OfficeAutomated.com, and in this short video I wanted to show you the process of basically taking videos that we create using B-roll and A-roll and then putting them into frame, and just kind of the process and how much footage you need in order to make compelling video. Now, I didn't dress up for you today, I'm just kind of making this video spur of the moment for you, but one of the things that we like to do is coach you on producing video and making video for your business. And every video has to solve a problem. I've talked about that in other videos, and boredom is a problem. So this is a particular type of video that may not be that interesting. It's not like quite Casey Neistat video, but what I've done is I've given our editors a lot to choose from, and I've allowed them to be creative in terms of how they edit this. And this would be interesting to our patients, the patients that I have a relationship with in my other business. So this is just an example for you. You don't have to make videos like this, but this is something that would just solve an entertainment problem or a boredom problem with regard to creating videos that your particular business customers or patients would want to consume. Again, not for everybody, and might not be something that everybody would want to go as much in as much trouble for, but if you wanted to, this is how you do it, and this is kind of some of the thought processes. All right, so here we have Frame, and Frame is the software that we use that's included in our Pyramid of Marketing Efficiency product, as well as our virtual marketing department product. And essentially you're going to set these up this way. So we have these different videos, and what we do is we name the folder. So you create a new folder here. So if you're in your particular video file, you're going to create a folder, and you're going to go new folder, and that new folder's name is going to be the name of the video, like what you want to call your video on YouTube or on your blog or whatever. So this one is A Progressive Dinner, Adventures in San Diego. And I'll get rid of this folder, delete there, delete, and then we're going to go into this folder and we create two more folders. We're going to create a roll. So what you do is you go to add folder, you're going to double click, and you can call this A-roll, and I'm just not going to name it exactly the same as the other one. So now that's called A-roll. Then you create one that's called B-roll. So I'll delete this one since I've already done that, and delete. And then what you do is I have this dual setup here screen on these Macs, and these are all of the images to create this particular video. And what we were trying to go for here, or what I was trying to go for here, is get a lot of different images with regard to a little bit of adventure in San Diego. We had a progressive dinner. We started out by having to find these scooters or bicycles or transportation, and then we kind of rode around San Diego on these little guys here. This is called a bird, and then I had to use a bicycle because we didn't have a bird. We were staying in a hotel way over there, kind of around this little harbor area, way over here. There's the airport control tower right there in San Diego. So we were kind of a long way away, and the whole point was to traverse through this part of San Diego, enjoying the sights, enjoying the weather, the sun, everything, and then just document that along the way. So what we end up getting are some what we call A-roll. So A-roll is where you speak.
Much better. Now we're making progress. I got two pedals.
Like that. And then B-roll are the supporting images. So as you go through, or as we went through this little adventure, I was just basically getting a lot of A-roll, actually not a lot of A-roll, just a little bit of A-roll, and then a lot of B-roll, just images that the editors can use to create this video. And I suppose we'll show you the finished video as well. I'm just uploading and organizing everything for the editors right now so that it will make that easier for them to put this together. And this would be a more complicated video. This is not a typical video that we do, for our customers when they're on either of our two products. With regard to marketing, we give them 4 hours of video edit time per month, but you can bank 4 hours. So 1 month you may have 8 hours, and you can create a more complex video with a lot more edit time. Most videos we anticipate take about an hour to edit, but if you have a video that has this much B-roll and A-roll, it's going to take a lot more time. But if you didn't make a video last month and you want to make a really good one for your audience or your patients or your business customers, then you may want to take the time and do a little bit nicer video.
And these are also great memories. You got to keep that in mind. I mean, these, you know, we were in San Diego. We're going to remember this. We're going to have our editors edit this out. We'll put it on our YouTube, but it's also just a great memory for my wife and I. So you got to keep that in mind as well. You know, patients of doctors, and then just, you know, customers of businesses, if they get to know the owners and the doctors, you know, at a more intimate level, and you just kind of share a part of your life with them, it endears that person to the business, and you create loyalty and you create a tribe. But you have to produce content in order for that to happen, because without the content, you can't really, you know, connect with these people. So that's really what this is all about. So again, you know, we're right about this point. I was going through and doing this, then I decided, well, I might as well make a video about it, because if not, then no one really gets the benefit of how we're going through this process. So what I've done here is, let's actually shrink this down so I keep this all on one screen for you. So we'll go here and here. Let's shrink this down there. That's better. So not quite as big, but I'll just need to basically figure out if I have A-roll or B-roll working. And what I'm gonna need to do now, just for this video, is kind of go like this. I'm gonna shrink this browser down a little bit. Sorry, it's a little painful for you guys. I apologize. So here we go. So now we have, you know, this here, and I won't lose my two as I'm doing this. So sorry, it's a little busy over here as well, but I think you get the point. So here we go. We have this scene here, and let's go back to here, and I think I have that. Nope, I don't have that scene yet. So all you're gonna do in this frame, that's what it's called, frame.io, is you're gonna drag that over there. When it lights up blue, you just drop it, and I'm just gonna scroll through here looking for these images. It's just an airplane landing, so that could be interesting. The editor can use that, so I'm just gonna drag that over. And most of these I'm gonna drag over. We have finally found our bird. Now this would be considered A-roll because I'm speaking, but it's interesting, in this particular case, I don't need, the audience doesn't need to know that I finally found the bird. They're pretty much going to assume that. So even though I'm speaking, I'm actually going to just drop this in the B-roll so that the editor knows that it doesn't matter that I said anything. They're just going to basically use the B-roll portion of that, and then the next scene, I believe I'm on the bird. Okay, so that clip is not important, so I'm going to skip it. This clip. Where are we headed? To eat oysters?
Harbor House.
Harbor House?
Mm-hmm.
All right, going to Harbor House. And that's A-roll, so we're basically going to flip back over to the A-roll folder, and I'm going to drop that right there. So here is Harbor House. So that's an interesting, possibly, image. We'll drop that back onto the B-roll, and we're just going to drop it over there. So the editor, he might can use that, he might not. It's oriented wrong, but he can flip that over when he's doing the editing. He, she, I know who's going to edit this. The editor that I'm going to have edit this actually lives in San Diego, so we're going to be having him do this because it makes a lot of sense that he would do it. Now this one is a trash image. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up and trash that. And this is another JPEG. Now, what happened here is I was basically writing this bird and trying to shoot video at the same time, so it wasn't very easy. And I'm going to trash this one as well. And just more B-roll. So I got out ahead of my wife and just shot some B-roll here. The editors will not use all that, but we might as well drop it in there. And we're just going to keep scrolling through. There's more B-roll. Now I'm moving with her, so it just creates a little bit of an interesting shot. My volume's up. I'm going to turn this volume down pretty good. Still high. Drop that on there. Just more B-roll. So you kind of get the point. So I'm just going to work through here. If I find anything interesting, images, I will start the video back up. These are good B-roll images as well. These are just selfie images, but you know, good to put in there. They're going to put music with this, so you know, still images are good. All right, so there we have it. We have all of this B-roll that I've uploaded, and then we have this A-roll here, which is actually quite a bit as well. But the A-roll, again, is the story, and then the B-roll are the supporting images to help tell the story. And all in all, this took me about 45 minutes to put together in terms of exporting from iCloud or from my Photos app. So I just exported those onto my computer. I do use a hard drive here that is a 3 terabyte hard drive, so I don't fill up my regular computer. That's just a nice little tip. And then I just basically took all of those images and put them into frame, dividing between A-roll and B-roll. And what this ends up doing is it makes it much more efficient for the editors to figure out where you are. You don't want to eat up all your editing time just with them trying to organize the file. So if you do that yourself, then you just get a lot more out of the editing time. So hopefully that's helpful to you in terms of figuring out how to do this, how to create some videos that might have a little bit more complexity, and maybe trying to entertain a little bit and connect with your audience on a more personal level. And just let me know, or let us know if you have any questions. Take care.